All right, everybody, wish me luck for my wide receiver tryout. Hey, welcome back to yet another Buffalo Bills pregame show. I know it might be a bit of a conflict of interest if I were on the team, so full disclosure, I threw my tryout as a wide receiver, and I don't think I'm going to make the team, guys. But that means I'll be here for you for the Buffalo Bills pregame for another season long. And what an offseason it's been. The Bills has lost 5 starters, and we here at Buffalo Bills pregame, we have one of our most watched videos keep on getting bumped up over the offseason. So thank you all so much to the viewers. And take a moment right now, if you would, to like and subscribe, and be sure to be caught up on Buffalo Bills pregame news all the time, because after the draft is the draft preview, which is another one of those popular videos every year. So we look forward to you being with us all season long. Turning towards the draft preview, which is what we're here for, I'm Randy. Dan is here with me as always recently. Thank you so much, Dan, for being here. The Bills have lost 5 starters over the course of the offseason. The biggest one, Stefon Diggs, the most recent probably. Morse, Davis, Floyd, White, Hoyt, Hyde, and Poyer wrap that up. Broad gloss, what's the general reaction that you feel the losing 5 starters and these 5 starters specifically?
So it's definitely been one of the crazier off seasons that I can remember, at least, in this era of the Bills with Beane and McDermott. It seems like they're definitely trying to get younger, which it seems like they've accomplished. Obviously, they lost some huge pieces to this team, and guys who have been, the centerpiece of, or some of the centerpieces of this team for the last 5-6 years. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how they replace all that with the draft. I'm not, some of the moves I think, they had to move on from some of those players. They're getting older, and it had to happen eventually. So they just, figure they would do it now, I guess.
I think Hyde and Poyer especially is the mentality of Bills fans, just knowing that we had our backfield was a lockdown position. It'll be a source of discomfort going into this next season, I think. Mike Edwards, the free safety, was signed to fill one of those slots. Curtis Samuel being the other presumed starter that's already signed to the team. Anything that you're looking forward to with either of them joining the ranks?
I think they're definitely 2 good signings. Not like some crazy splash free agency move by the Bills, but there's definitely 2 spots. I think 2 of their weaker positions are safety and receiver. So they address both those needs, and as long as re-signing Taylor Rapp, adding some depth to the safety position, and hopefully Curtis Samuel will be able to step up in place of Diggs and Davis.
That still leaves 3 starters unreplaced. There's always the next man up in the Bills organization, but as you look over the general roster of the Bills right now, what do you see as the weakest position as we enter the draft?
I would say right now, I think I'm going to go with their wide receiver group. I do like the Curtis Samuel signing, and I think Khalil Shakir is going to have a huge step up this year. But, losing Diggs is obviously huge. He's been Josh's go-to guy all these years. And Davis as well. So I think they have the most to prove right now. And, I definitely think they need to add to that position in the draft, and I think they will.
We could absolutely, I don't know, there's a lot of positions where if they went with the first pick, it could work out well for us. So I guess that's one advantage of having lots of opening positions on the team, is that there's lots of space to be filled. There are 10 picks that we have as we go into the draft. Which is a lot more than the 7 that is allotted. A lot of teams trade some of that capital away, so 10 is definitely on the higher end. How likely do you think it is that we end up drafting all 10 of those draft picks, or do you foresee there being trade scenarios? You're talking about not having the draft capital to move up to the top of the first round. Anyone who's talking about that doesn't really have an understanding of how the draft capital works. And even if we traded all 10 of our draft picks, we're not even scraping the top 10 of the first round. So that's not really a conversation worth having. But do you see that? You think that Brandon Beane's going into this expecting to draft 10 new rookies, or do you think he's looking to make some trades, get rid of 2 of the 7th rounds for something else?
I would guess that he would stay put for the most part, where the Bills are already, just because I think that Beane and McDermott really know what they want, and I feel like they are really able to get a lot out of those mid to late round guys. So I'm guessing they'll stay put with that.
Hell yeah. Any draft, are you willing to make a draft prediction for the first round?
Well, I'm hoping that they are going to draft a receiver, like I mentioned earlier, and I think that they will. I think the 2 positions that they need to address the most are safety and receiver. So I'm hoping that they go with one of those, although they could use a center, with losing Mitch Morse. But, I'm going to say that they're going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU. That would be my pick.
Hell yeah. As a former center myself, I do like the center is the most important position in the offensive line kind of argument. But as a broadcaster of sorts, amateur as it may be, man, you got to love the name Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, the cornerback. We do need help in the defensive backfield and just all the, oh yeah, oh my gosh, the things that we could do all the time. So, I know I'm being selfish here, but man, bring in Kool-Aid, man. Oh, yeah. So all that being said, we look forward to breaking down what the Bills did do, Kool-Aid or otherwise, right here at Buffalo Bills pregame. Like I said, if you get a free moment, it doesn't cost you anything. Just like and subscribe to the channel. And we're looking forward to talking to you all again real soon. Thank you very much. Boom.
I heard this was the exact spot that Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen broke up.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do end up picking a receiver. What was the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You can almost smell the process.